Life is all about fantasy, and whatever your fantasy is, whether it's being a carpenter and building a structure, or building an outdoor patio and gazebo, or whether it's buying the latest power tool, or whether it's pouring cement, and building a new barbecue pit or a deck or a roof in your house, or even maintaining or fixing a roof, or painting the whole house, painting it a new color, envisioning something brighter, something more modern, or replacing the fixtures, the electrical, the light bulbs, getting more energy efficient light bulbs perhaps. But life is just a fantasy for us all. Whatever we are looking to do, whether it's have a child or go on a vacation or to buy the latest toy, life is all about fantasy. And it's not so much about getting your fantasy met. It's the dreams. It's the lure of seeking the fantasy fulfillment. Whether it's getting a new boat, a new car. Because soon after you accomplish those things and you make your purchase, you realize that there's a default to dissatisfaction or even buyer's remorse. So just think of that whenever you are looking to obtain something in life, whether it's a goal, whether it's a degree, whether it's a job, whether it's a house, whether it's a partner, a spouse, whether it's sexual fulfillment, or whether it's baking a new cake, perhaps a wedding cake, a very ornate wedding cake. But whatever you seek to do, whatever your fantasy is in life, it will be spoiled. You will have buyer's regret, or you will have remorse about even seeking that fantasy. Let's say you just wanted new carpet for your house. It'll never be as new as it is in the store. It'll never smell as nice or look as nice. And it will need maintenance. It will need vacuuming. And it will need shampooing. And getting that new dog. And the mess that they could possibly make. And the new kitchen floor. It's going to have to be cleaned, right? So everybody sets out their day in search of something. Whether it's a material item, or whether it's a goal, an accomplishment, a degree, a new job, a better job. Whether it's a new body, whether it's more muscles, or a leaner figure, or weight loss. No matter how long it takes you to reach those goals, at the end of reaching that goal, there's going to be a certain degree of dissatisfaction. You may paint your house, and it may be beautiful. You may do a wonderful job, the best job you could possibly do. But after the paint is done and after the paint is dry, you're going to realize that there were imperfections, or that there's water damage on your house that impacts the new paint job. You may get the latest dishwasher, or like this new full capacity washer and dryer combination here. Let me show it to you. I love this. I'm going to actually be getting one. I can't see it now. They've covered this up. But this says washer and dryer all in one. So that's the latest thing. So whenever you get the the latest accoutrement, or blender, whether you get the latest blender for your kitchen, you are going to realize that there's going to be a newer and better one coming up just behind that. You may have the latest dishwasher now, but in 6 months to a year, there's going to be altogether newer and better model. Same thing with your car. They're always increasing gadgets on a car. I remember when there was not any automatic window levers. I remember when we had to use a crank to open up our windows in the car. But that's been a long time. But things are going to change. So no matter how young you are right now, just realize that things will definitely change. They are going to change. Nothing is going to stay the same. Even in 2024, we are not anywhere near the end of our technology. So, and this is for everybody, and it's unequivocally for everybody. Everything is going to change. Everything is going to be obsolete. Your dreams and your goals and your fantasies will let you down. And that's not exactly pessimistic. That's realistic. And to avoid your own family from being let down with life or with their own goals and fantasies, the best thing to do is not have children. Don't procreate. Procreation is selfish, and it's not necessary, and there's no purpose in it. So with what little seeking of happiness your offspring will be lured to, they're going to find equally immeasurable amounts of dissatisfaction and misery. And they will have to find ways to cope. Coping usually takes place in the form of addictions. Substance abuse, porn addiction, finding release through gaming, internet games, and being addicted for hours and upon hours with internet games. And that's your cope, that's your release. And a lot of people are addicted. In fact, most people have some sort of addiction. Caffeine is an addiction. Home repair and home maintenance and building, that's an addiction. Jogging is an addiction. Being at the gym is an addiction. It can be, not all the time. So just be prepared for your children to also need their copes and to fulfill their dreams with their addictions. The internet is an addiction. Gadgets, all of your devices, your phone. Socialization, social media, that's an addiction. It can be. So, just to wrap up this video, I wanted to say that we all have dreams and goals and fantasies, and unfortunately those can easily let us down. And it's the seeking the goal, it's the climbing up the hill to reach that top, to reach that mountaintop. That's the goal. When you get to that mountaintop, you've checked off that thing on your bucket list. And now it's on to the next thing. The next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing. So just look at your daily life and what you seek in terms of enjoyment and copes, and what you do a lot of as a form of addiction. So, anyway, very, very cold out tonight. It was about 20 degrees Fahrenheit. Had to come out and meeting somebody for